Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Kambel Masterclass. My name is Moses Katamani, as you know. Yeah, this conversation is going to be focusing on the power of the mind. And before I continue, I would just want to remind everybody about our program in October. And the program is on creative ideas and career development. Now, if we talk about ideas, where does the idea come from? Where does the idea come from? When we talk about idea, the ideas come from our mind, our brain, if we so want to talk in general terms. But in thinking through things and how we ponder over issues, they all come through the mind. And the mindset we have influence our life, our way of life, and how we live. And even if you are going to be persistent in whatever you do too, is the mind. That is why in my context, in my thinking, the only deplorable situation a man will find him or herself is when the mind can no longer be active. But if the mind can be active and can think, you can do many things despite the challenges that you may have, or what we call disabilities. And when we want to talk about disabilities, the only part of the human body that when it becomes disabled, then it affects your whole being and you cannot do anything, is if the mind cannot work effectively. Even that, if it is directed to focus on one thing, even though there may be some problem in the mind, you can do many things. So when we are talking about ideas come from the mind. In fact, I don't want to sound philosophical in anything because I want to break everything down in simple terms for anybody who watch this video to understand that our minds play a critical role in our way of life and who we become. So the mind is the brain. Your thinking is through the brain. And what I want everybody to understand in this discussion is that your mind and the mindset you have also affects how you see things and how you believe that you can do something or you cannot do it. Your mindset also influences how you see your world. That is why most of the time, many people, when they are focusing on certain things, It is because of the mindset they have. Your mindset, your mind. So the mind is a powerful part of our being, the brain. Its effectiveness and how you think affects your whole life. Your spirituality is affected by your mindset. Some people are so much limited to certain things because they set their mind in a way that it cannot think beyond certain things. And in fact, it is true that the mind have the capacity to think beyond what you can see with your naked eyes. It is also true that sometimes you have to give a limit to your mind so that you cannot go beyond certain things, because in our thinking also, there must be some rules governing how we think. That is why focusing the mind is very, very important. Thus, I want you to understand that the mind is a critical part of your body. And you must make sure that the activities of the mind, the activities of your thoughts are influenced by good knowledge. And if you have good knowledge to guide the mind, your mind can produce wonderful ideas that can make difference in our lives today. We may say, yes, there are challenges of life we face. It is true, every human being faces some form of challenges. Even those who we look at and think they are doing very well, they also have some challenges of life. But it is about how you set the mind, how you look at things. Even some people, their limitation about how their mind works is about how they set the mind to look at themselves, their posture, their look, how tall they are, how smallish they are, how whatever your mind sets on and how you look at yourself can even affect how your mind think into things, into even your possibilities. What am I trying to say? Our minds, your mind, is a powerful tool for your personal development. It's a powerful tool for our development, and is a powerful tool for the ideas that you have. But how you focus or set the mind affects what you become. When it comes to limitations, yes, some limitations can be internal and some limitations can be external. For the ones which are internal, most of them are based on your mindset, how you make your mind work. That is personal limitation. So some people internally limit themselves because of how they think. And as you think, there's a saying, yes, that as you think, that is what you are. And that if you limit yourself with your mind, sometimes we blame it on other forces. But sometimes it is true that the limitations that you face are internal. So the mind, and as I said, most of the times those limitations are because of how you set the mind. That is why we say mindset. Mindset. So if you are going to go beyond certain levels of life or doing things, then one, how you set the mind, how you focus your mind matter a lot. So in this coming month, October, we are going to deal with some of these issues because many people can do great, great things, but because of how they focus their mind, how they internally limit their mind, affect what they become. So some challenges of human life are internal, and most of them internally is because of how you set the mind. Let me give an example. Somebody will think that, or some people think that, I am from this family, and because I am from this particular family, I cannot go beyond certain levels of achievement. It is the mind. It is the mind. Some people think that their state of life cannot bring them any great achievement or great possibilities. It is from the mind. Therefore, the thinking, the power of the mind I'm trying to talk about is this. You should not limit yourself internally and think that you can go beyond certain levels of life. No. I don't want to focus, even in this video, on external factors that affect your possibilities. Sometimes I will want to say that some people, most of us, we are in personal prisons. Personal prison. And the personal prison you put yourself is in your mind. So as you limit yourself in your mind, there may not be any greater ideas that will come beyond what you think. I want you to take note of that. I'm saying that many people are in their personal prisons because of their mind, because of the focus of the mind, or how they set their mind to think. If you can help yourself get out of your personal prison by trying to expand the thought of your ideas, bring out or take away those limitations in your mind, then I can say that about 50% of the work is done about yourself. Because sometimes if you don't take yourself from your personal prison of thinking or thought or mindset, you cannot even go beyond certain levels, or you cannot deal with the external challenges or limitations that you have. Therefore, in your thinking, know that your mind have the power to go through what you can see. Therefore, I will also want to say that some people, yes, I want to put it this way, some people, they limit themselves with their eyes. And because they limit themselves with their eyes, their brain cannot go beyond, or their mind cannot go certain levels. So to give power to your eyes, you need to give power to your mind, your brain, so that you don't see limitations, but you see most of the time possibilities. If you can set your mind, you can focus your mind on possibilities more than limitations, you can do greater things. That is why I believe, and I make this statement, that even your limitations will not limit you if you don't limit yourself. Your limitations will not limit you if you don't limit yourself. Therefore, most of the limitations that we have are internal. Most of them are personal limitations. When you go beyond your personal limitations, I can assure you that even the external limitations, the external challenges that we have, they will not be long. Yes, they will come and go. That is what I believe. Problems will come and go. But your mindset can limit you if you cannot think about possibilities more than limitations. As I wanted to write, even this is just an usual informal conversation I want to have. And I want you to think about it. As you listen to this, you must be more reflective and thoughtful to be able to understand my context of this discussion. And that I want you to take note that you have so much power. The mind have power to take you beyond what the eyes can see. And that there are internal factors that limit some of us. And if we are able to deal with the internal factors, the dealing with the external will be more easier. And that, don't limit yourself with your mind. Let your mind go beyond the problems of your past. That is another context. Some people's mind limit them because of their challenges of the past. But most of them, I want you to take note that it is internal. Why is it internal? Because you are thinking that because I failed something before, it will always be a failure. Therefore, your mind will limit you. I think we are having conversation. And this conversation is about the power of the mind and how with your ideas in the mind, you can do greater things. And also how you can limit yourself internally and you may be struggling with so many things. As for challenges will come, take note of it. It will come by all means. However, if you can release or unleash your mind beyond what you see today, you can step by step go beyond the challenges that you face today. I hope you think about this conversation and take note that in October is going to be more than this. And we want you to know that your mind, you have the power of the mind. And your mind, your brain can do so many thinking. And you can bring out ideas which are solutions, not only to yourself, but your community, your country, the whole of Africa, globally. There are people who provide solutions only in their corners, and those solutions are now global solutions. Therefore, you also can. And take note, your limitations will not limit you if you don't limit yourself. And in limiting yourself, sometimes, most of the time, our limitations are internal. And if I say it's internal, it's about the mindset. Release your mind to think about so many things. Let the ideas flow in your head. And as the ideas flow in your head, by all means, you can be a solution. And even in developing your career, you can release your mind to think through things. Then you can go beyond certain levels. Therefore, I want to encourage you to be part of our October month of creative ideas and career development. As I said in one of the videos, I'm not the only one who is going to do the discussion. I'm not the only one who is going to do the seminars, but there are other colleagues, other faculties who are going to be part of this program. Make sure you are part of it because you will benefit a lot. Because at Kambel Masterclass, our focus is on knowledge and skill sets in the context of education, career, personal development, and business development. And if we can apply our mind to whatever desire we have, it is possible you can achieve beyond all the internal and the external limitations that you think of. Remember, at Kambel Masterclass, we anchor vision and mission. And that, please subscribe to our channel, and that when we load the videos or have live discussions, you can be part of it and you will benefit a lot. Thank you so much.